development, I sort of sat back and thought, this feels insane. Like this, it's hard for me to articulate it even now. It feels like we see the Platinum Age meme all the time on Reddit. That felt like Platinum Age to me. We'll go up and up from here, obviously, but it feels like we're at a moment in time that we should take stock of and be grateful to the community and for our team, because it's not often you get a moment like this.
Very well said. Thank you. I appreciate that. And how about yourself, Kieran?
I think I'm going to save my favorite moment for tomorrow, because that's the moment where you really realize all that work, it's going out, and I'm waiting for the moment, not necessarily the launch itself, but the moment the team celebrates, clinks a few glasses, and just has that chance to we'll always do awkward speeches to each other. And like that moment of like reflection of like, look at what we've accomplished, because the team genuinely accomplished something really special. It goes so far beyond anything we've put out before, and I think we've pulled it off. Touch wood, the launch goes well. But I'm so excited for it, and the impact it's going to have on Old School and our future projects for years to come. I think there's so much potential still that this is bringing to the game that isn't just realized tomorrow, but realized even in the next 5 years. So
amazing. Incredible words. Well, an extremely exciting time. Very much looking forward to tomorrow. Thank you so much, Mod North, for joining me. Kieran, I believe that you're going to be staying on. We're going to be joined by Mods Husky and Elena. So myself and Mod North are going to make a quick, swift exit from the set and let those mods join, so you can listen to all of their wonderful thoughts and feelings around the skill as we progress through onto the pub crawl. So for now, we will say farewell. The stream is continuing on. Stay tuned, stay around, and we'll see you shortly.
Perfect. Before we welcome our next lot of mods, let's take a look in game at how people are getting on in the pub crawl. This is the first time I'm actually seeing how many people have showed up, so thank you so much. There's so many people. Oh my goodness. I don't know how we're going to pick. We're going to try and find out who's the best dressed. So we've got some behind the scenes mods collecting screenshots of all your outfits, so you can look forward to that at the end of the stream. We are currently at the Rusty Anchor Inn in Port Sarim, so make sure you head there. It's World 520. Oh, I'm wondering if there's anyone transmogging yet in game. I was told that there would be some Jmods using the rotten potato, so keep an eye on that if you see that. Oh, there we are. Oh wow. Perfect. Love to see the outfits, guys. Keep it up. And now we are joined by a new set of mods. So welcome, mods Kieran, Elena, and Husky. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves, Elena and Husky?
Sure, yeah. I'm Mod Elena, senior game designer. Been working on sailing since the beginning. 3 years in the making. It's crazy.
Basically the same words, right? Same job title, same project, same time.
Different name.
Different name, yeah. I'm Mod Husky, so I should probably start with there. I think it's been the two of us neck and neck from the beginning, which has just been crazy. God.
I can't believe we're here, honestly.
Yeah.
It has been really since the very beginning, and I kind of wanted to give the audience a bit of insight into the early beginnings of sailing. So are you able to share a little bit more about that with us?
Do our memories go back that far?
What meetings did we have before we first pulled Do You Want a Skill? That's where we really started, right? I think it was the Winter Summit 2022, December 2022.
We can see a picture here, actually. Do you remember that, Husky?
Yeah, that was
my
ages
gosh.
ago. So I don't know if they could see it easily on the stream, but that says exploration, which I remember early on we were like, what cool utility school? And we'd done this poll, right? We'd ask players what kind of things they wanted from a skill, what type of skill they wanted. Did they want gathering, production? And there was a lot of exploration kind of vibes, which makes sense. Players like area expansion,
Yep.
so they want to see what that would look like in a skill form and stuff. So we were prototyping around that and sort of ideas, and we had a lot of problems with exploration isn't repeatable and skills are repeatable, right? So how do you connect that? That eventually, I think, probably near the end of that process, actually, which I think was something you brought up, which is why don't we just turn exploration into sailing? Which that was that pin drop moment where everyone had this idea of sailing as it was originally pulled back then, it's almost like I go to an instance that is on a port, right? And it's just this piece of content. And it was yeah, what if we did just actually explore the entire ocean? What if you could just for all intents and purposes, walk across the ocean. There's
Yeah.
content there, and there's things beyond it.
And it let us scratch both itches because we saw suggestions for exploration, right? You remember that big Reddit thread of the huge pitch for different. I mean, we've had loads of different skills, which was all amazing and contributed so much to helping us see what resonated ideas wise. But sailing kept coming up naturally. I came up in the surveys that we did in consultation, and when we developed this exploration idea, it was like, sailing's the way to take it, really. You can't find anything interesting in exploring lands you've already explored. Exploring the ocean feels like it makes perfect sense.
And it was more so taking that exploration part and saying, this is the reward space, more so than the core of the skill, right? All of our training methods in sailing were developed to be repeatable skilling methods, things that made sense to be in a skill context. And I think it was just that moment because like we'd written off sailing way from the get-go. So we're like, nah, we don't want to redo that idea. We don't like instance ports, but just never had connected the dots until near the end.
And like the community said no in the past, right?
Yeah.
We voted for it, what was it, 2015 or something like that? People didn't want it. So it was a big sort of, I guess, a bold move in a way to try to bring it back. But we knew that we had different capabilities now. The team's bigger. Community's changed. The game's changed a lot since then. Yeah.
We are so much better equipped for handling a project like this.
Yeah.
And it was still tough, right? This has been hard
Absolutely.
work for you all and the team and everything. And back then, in a sense, like if sailing had passed back in 2015, God knows what the result would have been. And I don't think we really probably quite understood the ambition we had put out for ourselves back then.
That was back in the days when engine work was a mythical beast that strolled into the office on a blue moon every third year, right? It wasn't something that the old school team had, right? And now look, we have like dedicated engine resource. Like I'm sure we'll hear from Modnin later, who has been dedicated on sailing for 3 years, and like you need that to accomplish a project of this scale. Like, you know, I know our faces get thrown around a lot as being, you know, the faces of the devs on sailing, but this is in no small part due to his awesome work.
There are so many unsung heroes as well on this project. People behind the scenes who, like, the community barely know their names potentially from the news posts, but there are so many people who have been a huge part of this project that you guys unfortunately haven't seen, but they're definitely there and doing awesome work every day.
I think if you compare the visions, right? The vision of what we got with sailing here is real sailing. You're on the oceans, you're going from dock to dock, like you park your ship at Port Sarim, you get off the ship, your
Can't park
boat's
there, mate.
can't park there, mate. Your boat's there. You go and get your port test, you get back on. Like it feels really integrated and real. Whilst what was being pitched back in 2015 was like a lot of building the boats and then a maze at sea, like Dungeoneering inspired, which would have never been as. The vision we've got for this thing is so different to that. And so much better. I'm so glad we didn't do it back in 2015. I'm so buzzing with what you've all been able to create now.
At the risk of crashing the plank market saying this, I genuinely wonder how many players still think to this day that what we're releasing tomorrow is that you train sailing through building boats. Like, because that's construction XP. I'm sorry to break that to anyone. Maybe you're going to sell your oak planks thinking that realizing sailing isn't a buyable. But obviously there's that nature of it, right? There's going to be this whole new economy with new resources that's really exciting. We were just talking in the office today, like people's first getting their hands on hemp, right? And it's like, because everyone wants that upgrade and, you know, for their sales.
Yeah.
And
That leads me perfectly on into the next question, which is what features are you most excited about with sailing for players to get their hands on?
Oh, wow. I mean, part of it is just the fundamental, like being able to go on the sea. It's this huge area that we know exists in the world. We've never been able to go on it. Seeing familiar sights from that different angle is such a interesting and fun experience. And it keeps blowing my mind, even after sailing for hours and hours doing testing. It still amazes me when I see like Tutorial Island again, or the Wizard's Tower, or